How's it going? Oh, look, I'm in screen cam. Um, I was gone longer than I expected. I didn't mean to take such a long break. I had a snack. I walked the dog. I got a little distracted, and but we're back now. So let's continue on where we left off. The last thing that we did before the break was to update the glow of the 30-day karma. And the last piece of the updating the karma stuff that we're working on is the wings. I don't. I Each of these has been a different type of challenge. Like this. I don't know. They're very different effects, right? Like the sparkles were very like. Well, it became a very technical challenge because I decided to do it programmatically, and then the orbs. Um, that was like it got a little technical, but it was more about like technical art execution, like getting it. I don't know. I'm still getting used to animation, I think. And so yeah, this next one will. I don't think there's as much like technical quality to it, but it's basically like what is it? So all time plural. Uh, this is just about like I don't know. I basically just have to make quality art. I just have to deliver like quality art several times over. So let's so it's actually yeah. So we're gonna make this animated, right? It's not just gonna be a static wing image. So if we go to the location of this file, um, so one thing that's gonna be helpful is that I'm pretty sure. Oh frick no! I think I got rid of it. I was gonna say so yeah, so the difference between the difference between the wing, there are two versions of the wing. And the difference between them is an ornament that goes on the top of the wing. And I was gonna say I think I have that like the ornament saved as a separate file so that I can just kind of right, so let's copy this several times over because we'll need 4 frames of animation. So this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3. And then yeah, so just for comparison, like the all-time top singular has this ornament on the top of the wing, and also the wing is a slightly lighter tone. So this changing the tone of the wing is going to be easy. That's just a matter of like adjusting the contrast. And then I guess I'll just have to very carefully like extricate this ornament and replace it onto the wing for all those frames because I don't think I have it saved as a separate file anymore. That shouldn't be too hard though because like most of the structure of the wing is not going to change. Although as soon as I was saying that, it was occurred to me like I could do that. I could instead of just like if I wanted to like instead of just ruffling the feathers on the wings, I could actually have the wing animate a little bit. Maybe I'll do both. Like maybe the wing can flex a little, but it'll mostly be that the feathers sell the animation. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm just gonna zoom in, so if I'm gonna, so I think I probably have to change the canvas size at least a little bit because we have like no additional room to work with here. So let's image edit or yeah no canvas size. So it's right now it's at 53 width. Let's put it up to like 70. I don't know how much. Like I said before, it's easier to make these things narrower than it is to make them wider. Oh, hey, Jesse Freeman, thank you for hosting, and welcome. So let's anchor to this side because we don't need any extra space on this other side. And we can get rid of that. And then let's copy this over here, expand canvas, expand canvas, expand canvas. Okay, and then let's save these because the first time you save them, you get that file dialog. And let's just get rid of that because that's irksome. Okay. So right. So if there is going to be animation, it's going to be very subtle, and there is going to be animation. We're going to have very subtle animation. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. So like I don't know. For starters, I might even just like kind of like I'll have to clean this all up of course, but like for starters, I kind of just want to like chop this, uh, and like rotate it maybe a little bit, like just like yeah. So right, as soon as I rotate it, it starts getting like all blurry and stuff. But like I'm thinking there'll just be like a subtle amount of animation like that with the wings. Maybe like that might even be slightly too much. So like maybe it'll just be like very subtle and just enough so that it doesn't look as completely rigid. So do it would be nice if it didn't look like it was like a weird puppet thing, but actually looked. Oh man, like the pixel orientation here, or like the positioning of the pixels here. Like there's no place where this fits like cleanly to make it look like it's hinging on the right joint. So uh, I guess I'll just have to I'll have to retouch that stuff manually. So like I don't know. Maybe we're gonna fan out this stuff a little bit like so. Let's what if that is the case? How does that play out? So yeah, right now it's just moving up. It doesn't look like it's moving out. It just looks like it's moving up. So then what would it look like in the next frame animation? I guess let's see what that would be like. Because then the next frame animation would come out a little bit more. So it's like I don't know, like that. That's not right. If I move it up another click. Nope, that's not right either. um, that could be okay, kind of. Just to give it a little bit of movement, and I don't know. That could be okay. And then presumably in this last one, it would go back down to somewhere in between again. Uh, I probably shouldn't find this so funny, considering this is like the challenge that I'm facing right now. But so far, it's just funny. Um, uh, yeah. So all right. So maybe this is like some of the movement that we have going on. Just no, that doesn't really make sense. I mean, that's just like movement for the sake of movement. It's just like, hey, look, I have a hinge. Look, I'm hinging the thing. It's a hinge. So that doesn't really work. At least not as like that. Oh, you know what? Yeah. So it shouldn't just be this one hinge because it still doesn't make sense for the other part of the wing to be like completely rigid. So let's undo, 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 undo. Let's try this again. Let's rotate, before we rotate that part of the wing, let's rotate the other part of the wing. Like the whole wing, basically. So, let's, actually, I guess maybe I should do it in stages like that. Yeah, wait, actually, I should, I should do it in stages like that, because otherwise if I try and rotate because the wing hits the top and the bottom of the image, if I just try and rotate it first, then, it will, it will clip off the top or bottom of the screen. So let's rotate the whole image now, ever so slightly. And shift it. Oops, that's not shifting it. And like shift it. So I'm like, again, like rotate. I'm like blowing out the resolution on this like so bad. It's gonna need a lot of help in order to get back to like nice, clean, crisp lines. Not that they were that clean and crisp in the first place, but they're only getting worse. So, all right, and then so how would this look? That I don't know. That might look like wings. I don't know. I don't know what wings look like. Yeah. I don't know. At least it has some movement to it, and it's like hinging on like the right axes and stuff like that. So maybe if I clean this up, it could look okay. I'm gonna clean it up quickly, like just basically like get rid of those big gaps in the middle, and then see what it looks like in context, and then see how that feels, see what we need to change, see if this is even the right direction at all. So yeah, for starters, uh, let's just clean up these major faults, and then just plug it in, and yeah, and just like see how it goes. So like this should be quick. Um, do, do, do. Yeah, and then all right. So yeah, let's just see what this looks like. So save these, save. All right, we have to hack our script to, for one thing, to be the false version, and then karma list. Let's go to the last reference to this stuff. Yeah. So down here, all-time top karma, true or good old true or hooking up those cheats like what? All right, so oh right, I didn't change the offsets, and also that probably just looks stupid. I mean, it looks stupid because I didn't change the offsets, but it probably just looks stupid anyways. So what was the original resolution? It started at like I increased it by a lot. The original resolution was like hit a width of 54, and I bumped that up to 70, so I increased it by 16. So I want to increase or decrease this by 16, so 7. All right, how about that? How would that look? All right, so it's a little in and out. It's a little like it's like I don't like how it's like moving like in and out relative to the player. So let's see what frames are causing that sort of impression. Alright, it's clearly this one. So let's just try shifting this one back a pixel and see if that helps. And it's clearly this one too. So is that better? So that's like a little bit of movement, but less translation. So that might be good. So which ones did we change? I think we changed this one. Or was it this one? I forget. Anyways, that should be. I'm just gonna save all of them. Okay, that should be good. And so I'm not. I do plan on making more changes than just this too. I'm not planning on just fidgeting the wing a little bit and then calling it done. So like there's the individual feathers and like the spacing between the individual feathers. Like I feel like that should be shifting as well. So this is a very subtle change, but it adds a little bit of life to it, and that's really all I'm kind of looking for. So that I think is okay. So now let's like change up the feather pattern a little bit. I mean, we'll have to clean up the edges and stuff too, because it of course got really fuzzy. But before we bother cleaning up the edges, let's move the edges a little bit. So I'm just gonna put like a color palette here of like the nice clean colors from this version of the image. Because some of these colors got a little smudgy. I just want to make sure I'm color picking the right colors. Okay. I think there's just those 3 tones. Okay, so let's. I don't know. This feather can like flare out a little bit, like the primary feather maybe comes like out a little bit. I don't know. And then whoops, wrong color. And then yeah, what are the other feathers gonna do? Oh, so there's actually a little bit of shading down around this part. In terms of getting consistency, I really shouldn't be worrying about that yet, because I still need to get the shape before I go back and worry about like the little details. But then, yeah, so I do want some visible shifting of the feathers. But let me think of, I want it to look like, I don't, again, I don't want to just add animation for the sake of adding animation. I want to add, I want it to actually like sell the impression of feathers. So let's look at, actually, I'm gonna, I'll narrate what I'm doing. I never know like what to show and what not to show on stream, so I'm not gonna show. Like if I look at videos, it seems weird to show videos on stream. Um, but I'm just gonna type in like bird feather into bird feathers as a search term, and then look for videos online. And let's see. So there's one called like Bird Feathers Sing from National Geographic. So what is that about? Or is that gonna be like? Oh, weird. I'm not actually gonna watch that. It sounds cool though. It's apparently about some like really weird bird that like uses its feathers like a violin or something. Feather plucking in birds? No, that's not. That's not what I'm into. How about bird wings as search terms instead? Bird wings. How bird wings work compared to airplane? Sure. Let's see what this is about. I don't care about how they actually work. I just want to see how. I basically just want to see a bird like just sitting there and its feathers like shifting about. Actually, you know what I'd really love to see is like a bird with its like a bird just like standing there with its like wings out into the air, right? Maybe I should just use. Excuse me. Maybe I should just use like reference of birds like flapping their wings in flight. Maybe that's satisfactory. Wow, it's also really cool just to see birds like flapping their wings. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's just, yeah. It's like one of those things about physics that like it's like yes, the wings go up and down, and that's how birds fly. But then like when you see it, it's like wow, yeah, that's how that works. Um, uh, so I don't know. I'm not seeing anything great in terms of like reference here. So um, maybe I should look for a specific type of bird. Maybe if I look like for like a hawk, wing or something. For some reason, like when I picture like, I can picture like a hawk kind of like with its wings out to the side. Maybe because it does that on like emblems and stuff, like eagles and hawks. They're pictured with their wings up like this and like the feathers, like it all looks like majestic and intimidating. Um, Apparently, there's a horse named Hawkwing or something, because there's a lot of videos of horses here. All right, I'm gonna stop caring about that. This is boring, and I'm not really going anywhere with it. So, all right, let's just fake it, or let's just make educated guesses. Uh, so for one thing, let's spread this out a little bit. We can bring this feather up a little bit. Maybe I'll bring the other feather. No, this seems like it'd be the separation. So maybe maybe for starters, I'll just bring these two feathers forward a little bit, and then I can bring the other ones in later or something. I don't know. I guess this one did kind of come in a little bit when we rotated. We were like, yeah. All right. So I guess I don't know. I'm kind of gonna bring that one almost back a little bit, or like yeah, so it doesn't really move in this frame. All right, but then so I guess the shading, I don't know. It wouldn't be crazy if the shading like shifted, although for the most part, like the lighting situation is not changing dramatically, so the shading shouldn't shift like supremely much. I'll just like put in like a little bit to like justify so that like yeah not so wait if I try and stay too similar to the old shading, then it'll things will start to look weird. They won't look rendered correctly on like the other frames of animation. But if I veer too far from the old animation, it'll also imply like lighting changes that I might not necessarily intend. So right now I'm just trying to like put like so kind of along those lines. I'm just trying to put like the very slightest amount of like light on this wing or on this feather here, but surprisingly difficult. uh, I might just need a finer implement. Yeah, I'm like making this way too like flumby and like boxy because I'm trying to use like such a crude implement for it. So I'm gonna use a smaller brush because whatever. Oops. Yeah, actually I'm gonna use a smaller brush for that purpose too. Because this line was just supposed to be very narrow and I made it too thick and then it got all weird and stuff. So, uh, so then let's just catch a little bit of light here, just a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe that's actually not. That might be entirely too much or unnecessary. Again, I also shouldn't be like worrying too much about detail at this point, right? I should be doing more broad stroke stuff still. So let's actually shift more towards that. Whoops, that was definitely not correct. But in the interest of some level of consistency, there was like a darker edge. Oh, it wasn't that dark. It was not nearly that dark. Anyways, alright, what should I actually be doing here? Maybe this is fine. Maybe I should just like save this and go on to the next one. I don't want to leave this here. Save that. And so yeah. Alright, so that's funny. I ended up making the line between these feathers very similar between these two frames, even though they were like rotated to different extents and so on and so forth. So I guess for this one, I'll make the feather go further out, maybe, or something. I don't know. Make it go even further out, maybe. It's like that's fine, I guess. And then what with it? And then so yeah, this will go further out too. And then I guess this will be the part where that like goes further out as well. And then I don't know what the other I don't know, like these interior feathers, I guess they can ruffle a little bit, but like probably not as much, not to the same extent that the other stuff does. But then yeah, so in this frame, yeah, I will move this one out as well. I'll move this one out like and maybe it'll actually like split, not like completely, but like maybe it'll split a little bit here. And yeah, I don't know, maybe like that. Oh, I'm using like muddy colors. I should be color picking from this little area here. Alright, and that's way too much of that dark tone, so let's dial that back a bit. And that's probably too little. I accidentally shortened that feather by quite a bit. So, I don't know. There can be a little bit of light on this feather. It looks okay with a little bit of light on this feather. Kind of. It did that one time. I haven't been able to replicate it since, but still. Whoops, no, not clone stamp tool. Never clone stamp tool. Never. Not even once. Not even. Sorry. I'm gonna like move these feathers relative to each other. I'm gonna like tuck this feather kind of under the other feather a little bit. Oh, I'm using too small of a brush. Because it's weird if they all move like together as like chunks like all the time. That would look a little bit weird. So I accidentally just shortened it. I didn't move it the way that I hoped to move it. Yeah, and I definitely need to shift both the inner and I need to shift both lines so that it looks like it's not changing shape. It's just kind of shifting about. And of course the shading here is like all clumsy and weird, so to accommodate that a bit with yeah, I don't usually use like 3 tones for shading, but like I wanted the wing to be like detailed. I wanted to really sell it as a wing and not just like a weird like white lump sticking out of the back of the player. So oh, we lost a lot of that tone here. Yeah, there's like a lot of tone here that just kind of like disappeared. Or like, yeah. Uh, so, oh no, that's definitely the wrong direction. So it should be more like, should be more out here. Not that far out, but more like that. Excuse me. Suppressing a sneeze. No, it should move further out, actually. Oh, no, you know what happened is I shifted this line too far. This line of shading was not supposed to go quite so far out. Whoops, not like that. Like maybe a little bit, right? But not like completely as far as it had gone. So, yeah, I don't know, that could be fine, I guess. Except this feather again looks like it got shorter on this frame animation. I don't know what's causing that effect, but it keeps looking shorter. Maybe just because of maybe because a lot of these feathers used to have like darkened edges, like to sell the outline, and a lot of that got lost. It didn't have darkened tip actually. It's more like the side edges. Alright, and then I introduced way too much darkened tone here, and so I don't know. I think this could be working. Time will tell for some of this stuff, but so far it could be okay. Let's see if we haven't ruined everything yet. Oh yeah, I want to save this one without this here. X save Z. I saved the other ones, I think. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Oh, I don't know why I keep leaving two versions of the script running. Oh, speaking of things that I do or don't do, I also forgot to set the process priority of the real script to a higher number. Wait, why does it say there's multiple Pythons running? There are not multiple Pythons running. You're lying. Liar. There are not multiple Pythons running. Wait, this version... Wait a second. What? What? Why does it say this version of the script is still running? I just closed it. Alright, well, whatever. Stop. That's weird. Somehow it survived, like, getting closed. Okay. Anyways. Set priority to high. We're getting high. Sorry. Excuse me. Okay. So let's, this is the script that's still running and is supposed to be running. This is the one that we terminated. Okay. So let's run this one again now that we actually want it to be running and see how this looks. Kinda. Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world. I want to dial it back a little bit. Or I need to do something different, because right now it's just like, the animation speed is relatively fast. Like, it used to be like 4 frames per second, but it's still 4 frames, but now it only takes 0.8 seconds. So, like the loop, like that 0.8 seconds is like kind of a short amount of time to have like a looping animation. So whatever animation I add here has to be like very punctual or like snappy, basically. I don't want it to look like these feathers are like just like mushing around. So this might be okay. I'll just have to be careful in how I finish them, I guess. And also, I think in one frame of animation I went a little too far. In the second frame of animation, I think I went a little too far. Or no, excuse me, the third frame of animation, I think I went a little too far out. Plus, I haven't even done the fourth frame of animation. Like, I haven't even touched it yet. So, yeah. So in this one, I think it's just coming out slightly too far. Because it looks mostly like the feathers are rustling, but then like this one especially this feather on the end, it looks like it's changing shape in some ways, and I don't want that to be what comes across, because that's not supposed to be happening. So, just putting in a little bit of darker tone there. Not like that though. That was not correct. I should be using the mid-tone. I should only be using that dark tone for like emergencies. It's basically like the reason I have that dark tone is so that in the shaded areas I can distinguish between regions that should be even more distinguished, I guess. And then in most cases I should be using just the regular two flat, or the two tones of shading. Except I did use it for like accent, like very minimally. I tried to use it very minimally, but when it was just a still image, it was easier to do like subtle detail without throwing everything off. But now to replicate that subtle detail in multiple frames of animation, it's taxing my artistic capabilities. we might reach the extent of my artistic capabilities on this one. Yeah. So there's one frame where there's like too dark of a division between two of the feathers, and there's like, other than that, I think this is actually okay. I think this is working out pretty okay. I just have to play with those balances and shading, because otherwise it looks it implies like motion that I don't intend. So which frame of animation got too dark? It'd have to be this one. Yeah. So let's dial back a little bit of that. Pretty sure it's with this line here. It's got a little too dark. But then, yeah, overall, I think with this one, it's also not necessarily too dark, but it like got too mushy. So like, yeah, a lot of this will be like reaffirming these lines a little bit, because yeah, just by using like the translation and the rotation tools specifically, like we did, and we used it twice for some of this stuff. The lines just got a little soft, and then by like nudging the shapes, like unless we get the curves like exactly the same, which is really hard to reproduce, it starts to imply deformation of the shape rather than just like movement of the shape, and I don't necessarily want to imply that. So yeah, like this one, I think just how fuzzy it is down here is like screwing with like the perception of like what the shape really is supposed to be here. And it's not even actually supposed to be like this. It's actually supposed to be more like this. So I think actually I might even just because I cleaned this up a little bit, so I'm gonna just put this one here instead of having to redraw it again. Although clearly the seams don't line up exactly, so hold on. Let's do more like that, I guess. There we go. And now there's a little more tidying up to do, but it's not as much. Alright, so yeah, this is starting to look okay, I think. It's supposed to be very subtle. It's just supposed to look like, you know, here's this wing, and like, so there's some obvious like things that still have to change. Like if we look down at the tip, the shading down like around here, like I've just not been consistent at all with that. Like it just changes like literally every frame. And then there's like the top of the wing where like it used to be a little distinct with like there used to be like a little bit of like feathering there. And then just got like completely like washed out and mushy, and there are a few other places like that too. So like I'll probably want to make slight like very small texture changes in this region here. I know texture is a 4-letter word, and I'm not supposed to care about texture in the art of this game, but I think this is an exception. Right, because this area is like very small feathers that would shift around slightly, Not enough that you can see like make out like each individual feather, but like enough that you could see some movement within the amongst the feathers. Uh, Oops, I drew that dot in the wrong place. It's supposed to go here. Okay. Uh, so yeah, is there, what else do I need to do with these feathers down here? I definitely need to do the edges. So I could, yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm happy with the way the feathers are looking, I could start doing the edge treatments, which is basically like just a matter of like putting in this like very, it's gonna be like nearly impossible to replicate exactly, but I guess I'll just do my best. Because what else can I do? Do, do, do. So, oh yeah, where's our little palette-y thing? I should put this on like all the layers. I'm just gonna put it on all the layers, literally all the layers, so that way I don't have to keep removing it when I save the images. They'll just be like a thing floating next to the wing. um, yeah. So so deselect. Okay, so yeah, so this is like the original. So it's just like a slightly dark. I, I mean, maybe some of this like this subtle detail I should actually just like go back on and like undo and like basically like eliminate from the original version, because that might be easier than it might be easier to just to render that first version more cleanly than to like try and replicate it like a million times over. And by a million I mean 3, but still feels like a million. Oops, not clone stamp tool. Ah, stupid fingers. I don't know why my fingers love the K key so much, or the L key. I don't know why they hate the K key so much. That's too dark now. No, bracer tool. That has to be one of my least favorite things about Paint.net, is that like a lot of times when you hit a hotkey, it just won't. It just won't change to whatever hotkey you hit. It'll just be like, nope, you're staying with whatever you had. Ugh, it's too it's like I just can't get it soft enough. Dang it. Why did I get so freaking auteur with my shading in the original version of the wing? I guess because like before I had the animation to the wing, like that was how I was making it special, was to like make it like very delicate, and kind of screwed myself over with that one. This should be fine though. No, it's still too dark. Ugh. Whatever. I'm spending way too much time on something that doesn't really matter, so let's just move on. So, so, how are you guys' Wednesdays going? It's Wednesday today. It's Wednesday today. It is Wednesday today. Yes. Yes, it is. Right? Feels like Tuesday because I took Monday off. But also feels like anything really, because I took a lot of time off recently. I'm like not even in any mode right now. I'm just like I'm just adrift through life. It's like time has no meaning. And what is this arduous thing that I keep having to do during the day? Working. I don't like this. I don't like this working. I want to go back to last week when hey, that's a new follower, nice. The Anderson Project. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. I was just complaining about how this is not vacation anymore. It used to be vacation. There's vacation here not long ago. Although it wasn't even a real vacation, it was just I got bored and decided not to work for a few days. Yeah. My life. My life. Alright, that's probably fine. And then so yeah, there's still this whole situation which has to get resolved. You know what? For some of this stuff up there, I'm gonna. No, I was gonna say I'm just gonna like copy and paste this back on. Um, but no, I shouldn't do that necessarily. Should I? Yeah, no, I totally should. It's simpler than redrawing it. Um, do. Yeah, that works. Oh, except for this one, it has to be like, whoa, not. Why does it sometimes. Like, usually it shifts by 1 pixel at a time, and then every now and again it's like, nope, I'm gonna shift by like 5 million pixels all at once. Like, eat it. Eat it, your stupid face. Eat it. There we go. um, do. Alright, so, oh, that did not work. It kind of looked like it didn't seem like it was that weird, but then, no, it totally was not working. That one actually kind of works. Just not the others. Alright, fine, I'll redraw a couple of them. Alright, so, alright, so there's still some significant jumps here, like, I mean, I kind of intended it, but like, well, actually, no, I didn't intend to jump between this frame of animation and the next frame of animation to be so great. So, there's such a dark line around that one, though. I guess I'll just have to put that dark line back in. As best I can. There's just so much dark shading, like, on the original frame that, like, I can't, like, just ignore it completely. I, like, have to do something there, so that's good enough. Yeah, that's actually not bad. And then again here, not quite like that, but it's an okay start, I guess. Oh, and I need to, or I should put it down here as well. Although, again, as we saw before, oh yeah, this one I can't do with, like, that thin of a brush, because it's just, like, it ends up looking, like, way too dark or something. I don't even know. Too sharp, too narrow. I don't even know. But that's fine. Oh, except for the way it's completely the wrong shape. Other than that, it's completely fine. Exactly the wrong shape, but other than that. Alright, so Alright, so what are the worst parts now? The feathers are looking okay, actually. I mean, there's still, like, some issue there, but, like, yeah, no, there's definitely still some issue there. Oh, you know what's funny is that, like, the problem frame is, like, when I was flipping through it, like, the frame that looked like it was the problem was actually the original frame. So, like I was saying before, I might just want to change the original frame a little bit. Although, I mean, like, part of the reason I had the original frame set up the way I did is because, in order to sell, like, the feathery look and make sure that that was clear, I was using certain, like, shading cues. So, that's a little too much that I just put in there. But, I think this is alright. I think I can get it up to snuff. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then so here, here it won't be nearly as pronounced because the feathers overlap a little bit more here, but there should still be a little bit of this going on. Just like so, maybe. Yeah, that seems fine. And then a little bit here as well. Or like the normal amount. Actually, wait, this was supposed to be the same as this one, basically. Oh yeah, okay, so, oh wait, no. Wasn't this one supposed to, I feel like this one was supposed to be the same as this one, basically. But then I think I just changed this one a bunch, and then never went back, and so, yeah, I think that's just supposed to be like that, basically. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Alright, so yeah, so there's just a little bit of flex to it. So there's still like some smudgy parts, like the like up here is still like really smudgy in a lot of these frames, and I still haven't changed like literally anything over in this section, so it still is not like animated at all. And we don't have to do tons of stuff there, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of life. But let's see what this looks like. So save this, save this, save this, save this. I forget if I saved that one, but yeah, okay. Uh, let's uh, let's Oh, whoa. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so Anderson, heads up. Or sorry, the Anderson Project. I don't know why I interpreted your first name to be Anderson. The Anderson Project. Yeah, you can unregister from things. So what happened there, is that, well, you've said it 3 times now, which is good because saying it 3 times is the same as saying it once, but saying it 2 times is the same as saying it 0 times. So just a heads up. Uh, okay. Um, do, 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 do. Usually at the mid-time, Trusty Bard will say like the popular option will succeed. It looks like the smart choice is search. But because you had unregistered before he said that, yeah. But you're doing fine. You're doing great. Just wanted to mention that. All right, so I saved these, and now let's see what they look like in game. Good job. Oh wait, why did it say perfect search, but then it didn't say led by? Why did it not say led by anyone? I mean, there were 2 people who searched, so uh, what? Did I like miss a? Is there like a special case that I'm not accounting for, or um, let's look into that. Led by. Wait, what? Wait, what just happened? Where am I typing? Why is nothing working? Control find. Led by. Yeah, is there like a supertype is classic. Oh, well, it thinks zero. It thinks so. It thinks there were 0 people in the lead dictionary for that event. Like that's the only possible outcome. Because if it's greater than 2, it does this. If it's equal to 2, it does this. If it's equal to 1, it does this. And so I mean, it would either think it would be 0 or a negative number. And 0 makes slightly, or like a negative number would make even less sense than 0. So I'm gonna assume it thought that like lead dictionary had 0 entries in it. I wonder if that's because Anderson Project had unregistered from that um, from that from that event. So where is it that yeah, how do we compile this? Hmm. For I in range of the length of the player. So for all the actions the player chose, if that if that action is in the top list actions, then player dictionary bonus blah 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 whatever. Did people get experience for that event? Did that work correctly? Uh, yeah. Wait, hold on. Oh no, this was because the adventurers bump into a group of former travel companions. That's what that was about. Uh, yeah, okay, no, Caps Island and the Anderson Project both received 3 experience, so that's correct actually. Um, oh, and congratulations on leveling up the Anderson Project. I didn't even notice that. Um, so yeah, what's the deal there? What's the deal with the lead dictionary not populating correctly? Because like the only way that it would have like in order to gain experience, this part would have to have evaluated. So it's as if like this part just didn't evaluate. What? What was that the first event that we did? Like was there another event? Oh, it didn't work with divert either. What the heck? Huh. Did it just stop? It didn't work with flower either. It's just not. It just. This was working earlier today, and then it just stopped working. What? Why? Why? What? Why? I don't get it. No, that's not cool. Come on, script. What? I'm tempted to just blame PyCharm. Like, PyCharm's probably just, like, jerking us around again. Like, I have no, like, rational reason to think that would necessarily be the case. I'm really tempted to think it anyways. Um, so, so what the McGurk? What the why? What the why, what? And the how, and the et cetera, et cetera. I just don't get how, like, I've changed nothing here, and it worked earlier, and now it's just not working. It's like, that doesn't seem reasonable or realistic. So, oh, you know what I bet the memory, you know where I bet the memory is going? Is, I bet it's going to the positions of the environment slide positions, uh, which is just kind of annoying now that I think about it. Because, like, if I want to replace every element in a list, it's more convenient to just replace every element in the list than to replace each element individually. But I think, like, anyways, I'll worry about that later. But yeah, I might just not care about how the lead dictionary just stopped working, because, like, I did nothing and it broke. So maybe if I do nothing, it'll fix itself. I'm not saying I expect that to happen. I'm just saying it seems equally feasible. Uh, or basically, I don't know. It just feels like this more likely has something to do with, like, part of the tools chain, like, to be, like, just dumb and incorrect. So I don't feel like really stressing out about it at this point. So yeah. Excuse me. let's uh let's just go back to what we were doing. I'll write a note to myself just so I don't forget about it. Why? Oh, weird graphics. Yeah, I want to check out those weird graphics, because those. I, I don't know what that was, but so yeah, why no special recognition sometimes. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, so yeah, the weird graphics thing that we saw earlier, it happened at time 2:29 earlier today. So I'm just gonna go to Video Manager and check out the video from earlier today, which is this one, and so I don't need to hear the audio. Look at that jerk. Sorry, 2:29 was it? I think it happened like halfway through the minute. So I'm gonna start here. 2:29:11. It's 2:29, right? Oops. 2:29. Yeah. All right. So the graphics just kind of like freak out at some point, I think. Uh, oh, I'm already looking concerned. So maybe it already happened. Am I? Or maybe I was looking concerned about something else. So what are the graphics going to do? I think there was at least a big hitch. But I felt like at the corner of my eye that, like, something even weirder happened than, like, just a big hitch. Like, there was actually, like, uh, maybe it did happen before this. Oh yeah, look, I'm already typing the weird graphics thing, so it must have happened before this. Alright, I'll go back to 28:39. No, scroll back. 28, whatever, 28:16. We'll just watch through. Wait, it went to 28:39. Whatever. Okay. Alright, so what weird graphics thing happens? Something? Anything? Nothing? Did I make it up? Was I hallucinating? That'd be nice if it was hallucinating. 'Cause Hallucinations are not a bug that I need to fix. At least not with the software. uh, really? It was... No, there's got to be something. It's gonna happen any second now. Oh, okay, it was just a graphical hitch, right? Because like the graphics are frozen, and then they started running again, and that's what I noticed. All right, so it was just a hitch. All right, I don't know what causes those, but like I'm pretty sure. Like I only ever see it when SideQuest is running in the background. When it's running in the foreground, I've never seen that. So I'm not concerned about it. I mean, like I wish someone was concerned about it. Like I don't feel it's my job to fix it though. I feel like it's like I feel like there should just be a way that either like Python runs more smoothly or like my computer runs programs more smoothly. I don't know. Like I don't think like it's that there's anything like in my code that's like causing that to happen. I think my computer is literally just like stopping processing on SideQuest for no particular reason, or for no apparent reason, uh, or it's temporarily suspending it. But whatever. Okay, so sorry. So why no special recognition? Time will tell, perhaps. So yeah, so the feather, like the tip of the like the elbow or the wrist, I guess it would be, of the feathery whatever's up here needs a little help. So doo-doo-doo. So that's not what it looks like. That's not what it's supposed to look like. One of my other least favorite things about no, that's not right either. One of my other least favorite things about Paint.net is how sometimes you'll hit the oh no, I guess this is the same thing that I was talking about before. It's a different scenario. Like it's a different, so like here I'm hitting the color picker, switching to color picker because it's being a jerk. And then sometimes if I switch to the freaking water bug just happened. Freaking water bug? How dare you? Alright, water flicker. So is this? This is 057 on 513 part 2. Stupid freaking water flicker bug. I'm just gonna like murder the water or something. Like I just like I'm tired of that bug. Like that bug, it's been fixed enough times. It should just like stay down, frankly. Alright, so yeah, what was I doing here? Sorry, I was using a light bit of tone on the with a thicker brush on the edges here to get the shading that we're looking for in these wingtip region-y things. What is that shading? It's even more subtle than this. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. So, I don't know, something like that. Yeah, that seems fine. I'm just going to use the same one for both of these because they're basically the same. Actually, they might not be exactly the same. This one, like the lower part of the wing, like transferred okay, but this one might not transfer quite as well. No, that seems okay. Seems fine. So the inside of the wing is still a little bit, or like this part's not as like dire, but like there's a little bit of loss of resolution here. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, I'm gonna just transfer that over as well. Copy, paste. Actually, that didn't seem to transfer quite as well. What if I moved it over like a pixel? Is that better? No, that just looks weird and like grindy. So for one thing, it's like not connecting here the right way. I don't know, maybe some of that's okay, but like a lot of that looks really bad. Oh, it's because I put too much tone up here. For one thing. And then various other reasons as well. Oh, that's funny. Once again, it's like it's actually the original image that looks the most wrong to me. Like the other ones seem to kind of like stay relatively okay, and then that one I didn't care for. Also, like it's also just like again, it's the original that like oops, not clone stamp tool. The original is like just too schmutzy up here. It's like too like it looks like the colors just got a little muddy. A lot of the other ones were fine, but like the original, just, I don't know, didn't care for that. Hey, creative, how's it going? Doo-doo-doo. So let's yeah, so that's like mostly good, and then right. So I'm gonna put in I know, yeah. All right, thank you. That does help to be reminded of every now and again. I am yeah I'm getting a little hypercritical of some of this stuff. I was saying earlier like part of the reason that I really want the wings to work well is that like they are not just like a oh hey here you go sort of thing. They're like there's actually like a meaning to them, right? Like they actually like mean something beyond just like oh like here's a silly thing that's part of the game, right? It's like there's actually like an extent to which they represent something that even extends like beyond the game, right? So I am being a little bit picky about how that all works. So doo-doo-doo. Let's just ruffle these feathers a little bit, and then we can, and then I think we're good. We do have to do the other one, right? We have to. Oh yeah. Oh, and so the ornament. Ooh. I mean, if we use the same pattern, the ornament will actually like shift around a little bit. So I might have to redraw some of the ornament. Oh yeah. So wait, I was supposed to not just go in with the darker tone, but then to also go in with the lighter tone. So. All right. So how's this? That might be animating a little too much. That might be a little too enthusiastic. I don't know. I'll see it in context, and maybe it'll look okay. I should shift this one around a little bit though. Do 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 do. Yeah. All right. There we go. I think that's better. Cool. So hopefully this will just give like the impression of a little bit of life in the wings, so they're not quite as inert. All right, and then clearly we have way too much space going on here. So I think this is the one that extends the furthest out, and it only actually extends out. Like we only ended up using a few pixels extra, so we can drop like the whole 14 pixels from the edge. Image, canvas size. It doesn't actually matter though. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. So let's save all of these. Save, and see how they look in game. Blammo. Here we go. Yeah, it's all really subtle. Like if you're not looking for it, you probably wouldn't even notice it. All right, there's one layer where the animation on, yeah. So that one frame that I thought I was being a little too enthusiastic about, I was being a little too enthusiastic about. So this one I need to dial back some of the discrepancies in the shading around like the top of the wing here, but other than that, we're mostly good. So it's alright. Like it's a little bit clearer here, a little bit clearer here, and a little bit clearer here, a little bit clearer here. It was just getting like too dark for that one frame. A little bit clearer here, and it looked weird that like all like it like I wanted to like shift and like I want the texture to like shift a little bit so it looks like the feathers are ruffling. I just don't want it to look like there's actually any like structural differences or discrepancies or whatever. So that should probably be good now. And then yeah, so now it's about putting the ornament back on. I mean, there's like small things I could be improving, but I think for the most part this is okay. Uh, yeah, sure. Actually, no. You know what? I actually want to do kind of that. Like, is just now occurring to me. Is like this second to last feather is just too long. I just want to like chop it down a little bit in like all of them. I just don't want it to be that long. It might have gotten like slightly exaggerated when I was like editing things, but I think it started out a little too long too. So I probably even want to make it a little bit shorter than that too, but I might. I mean, it was good enough that I might not actually like go through with this change, but like I want to at least try it because it just occurred to me that it looked a little weird, and I think that was actually just like something that was like a little bit weird about the original version. Um, uh, and I guess this is an opportunity to resolve that or to fix it. I mean, it might be that like it's gonna look weird now that I just shaved off the bottom and I didn't change the shading, so it might be that I decide not to actually like change anything at all. I think I might just go back to how it was before, but I don't know. I don't want to come back and edit this like on a weekly basis. So I might as well, if there are like if there are things that I want to change, I might as well change them all now. Basically. Uh, do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that's probably fine. Let's see how that looks. Save, 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 save. Okay. Stop this and run it again. Yeah, that's like that didn't make any difference. Oh, actually no, what is irking me though? The amount of light on that wing. I think the reason like that part of it had caught my eye is that the amount of light on that wing is changing so dramatically here that I don't enjoy it. But I think that the shading is actually the same on both of these. So maybe it's just that there's not enough here, or that I never cleaned this line. Like I left it like all smudgy from like from the rotation. Which I did. I definitely did. Because I don't know, it seemed like there was like a little too much variance going on there. I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush for some of that. How would that look? Is that better? I think I might have pushed it too far in the other direction now. So let's dial it back a little bit. Uh, yeah, let's push it a little further back. I don't want to make this line too sharp. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to make this line too sharp, so I'm just using a bigger brush here. It's not that big. Like, not like that. Do, 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 do. That should be a little more consistent. Look at it go. Look at the wing animate. Alright, I think that was this frame that I just changed. I'll save them all. Save everything. Okay. And, one more time. So this should probably be good. And also, I think now will be the time for the, it's fine enough. It's fine enough. So now will be the time to remake the other version, the version that has the wingtip. So singular. So this one's a lot taller. So I'll need to make those images taller, right? Because this is 75 pixels tall. These ones are only 65 pixels tall. So yeah, for starters, I'm going to call this the orig. And then I'm going to copy over the plural over to the singular. So we'll use this as the basis. But then we do have to change these. So we don't need these versions anymore. Those ones are all good and can stay. What? I didn't change anything. I did not change anything. Shut up. Shut up. I did not change anything. But now, because I'm paranoid, I'm going to have to recopy them again anyways. Replace. So I made this wider, so this has to come from 22 down to, wait, what? 22? Oh, was this wing wider? Huh. Yeah, because it went down to 7 before, so it should be 7 again. Okay. I can close all these. I don't need all these data files open. Okay. And then, right, so let's edit these now. Sorry, the Paint.net Maximize button is just like pulsating and flashing at me. It's freaking me out a little bit. Alright, so we have 0, or oops, where's 0? 0, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so the height should now be 75, not 65. So image, canvas size, height of 75. Whoops. Wait, no, not width of 75. Image, canvas size. Okay, so we'll be clamping to the bottom of this image. Yeah, just like that. And then I'll just use the magic wand tool to get rid of that, so I don't accidentally like clip the feathers. Image, canvas size, height of 75. Okay. Clip that. Image, canvas size, height of 75. It'd be nice if you could like shift select tabs in Paint.net. I wouldn't necessarily expect that feature because I don't think a lot of paint programs would have something like that, but it would be really handy. So like, for example, when you're editing multiple, when you want to edit the canvas size of like multiple images at the same time. I know I do that enough times that it would be worthwhile. It's funny, I complain a lot about PyCharm, and it is open source, and I never actually like intend to like actually do anything about my complaints. I always just complain for the sake of complaining. But then with Paint.net, I always say that like I actually would act on these things if it was open source. Or at least I said that at one point. I don't know if I actually would. Alright, so for one thing, there's the contrast, right? These wings are like a grayer color, whereas these ones are a brighter color. So let's do that first, I guess. I think it was basically just that. I just I upped the contrast a little bit. How's that look? Yeah, that looks pretty much the same. Oh, I think I lightened this one a touch, so it wasn't just a contrast difference. So it's brightness contrast, more contrast, and then a touch of, oh yeah, not that much contrast. A little more contrast and then a touch of brightness as well. Something like that. It doesn't have to be exact. That's close enough. Okay. So, actually, maybe it was just brightness or something. I don't know. Hold on. Let me try one more time. I just don't want to make the, because I don't usually do this, like, 3 tones of shading thing, so I don't want to make it too stark, the difference between the bright and the darker dark. So that's probably perfect. Perfect. Okay. So let's do that to all these images. Brightness and contrast. Okay. Brightness and contrast. Okay. Brightness and contrast. Okay. Save that. Save that. Save that. Save that. Alright, so this wing ornament is probably not going to fit cleanly on like all those frames. I'm probably going to have to like tweak something at some point, I feel like. Who knows, maybe I'll get lucky. So copy, paste. So if this is going to fit cleanly, it would fit as such, right? And then if this is going to fit cleanly, it would fit as such. This probably isn't going to look right once I animate it. We'll see though. This is fitting way too... It's like, I don't know, it's like, it seems like it's kind of like fitting. It's probably not though. Oh, and also, I think it went 1 pixel off the top of the screen here, so I might need to... Yeah, it definitely did. It went 1 pixel off the top of the screen, so let's undo, whoops, undo. Let's, image, canvas size. Let's put it up to 76. And I'll get rid of that white junk at the top as well. And I'll have to change the size of the other images as well. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's a little soft. There it goes. Creative! Creative, thank you very much for your generosity and for your support. That's Creative donates $5 and says the donate button has been clicked. Well, thank you very much for doing so. I guess in just a moment we'll have some fresh new Karma graphics ready for it. So actually, I think one of them should be showing up already, right? One of them should now. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Why is it That's. You know what's weird is like it's as if like the script that's running right now is like running from like a previous version or something, because like it's using old art and it's not doing like it's usually like the script is running from yesterday or something, because we just updated that art this morning, and what the heck. Well, I was gonna say we'd have shiny new graphics for you, but like okay, no, some of it actually is updated, like the pulsating sphere is kind of updated, although now that I think about it, like I don't know, like some of the graphics are either like wrong or I don't know what's happening, but like the little sparkles that are like falling next to you, we just updated those, and I feel like that's the wrong image that it's showing now. It is now that I look closely, it is the updated image, but it's the wrong updated image. So what's the deal with that? Did it not process? I mean, it must have processed, right? Yeah. Hey, I got a little puppy. Sorry, just 1 second. Hey, puppy pops, how's it going? I want to pick you up. Look, I found a puppy. Oh, it's a puppy. Puppy times. Puppy. Sorry about that. Good boy. Good booty. Okay, so He does not understand why I talk to my laptop. He comes down to visit and he just like, I don't know. There's no way to really convey to him that like I'm talking to people. He's like, "You're alone down here. What are you doing?" um, so hey, the yeah, I assume I don't know. It seems like so much is working right now, and then like something must have not worked though. Like oh wait, so what script is this? Yeah, this is the current version of the script. This is the script. This is the version of the script that's running right now, right? Oh no, there are two versions of the script running right now. Which is I don't like this new thing where PyCharm doesn't terminate the script when I close it. It just keeps it running in the background. All right, so no, this is the one where yeah, so okay, so it did register new karma. Yeah. And yet it's just loading the wrong visuals. Did I accidentally like save the files in the wrong location or something? So like 30-day top singular. No, not 30-day, sorry. Uh, all, session top singular. No, yeah. It should be showing these ones with like all the sparkles. All of the sparkles. What the heck? What the heck? I don't Alright, well that's something to look into, I suppose. Although considering how many other things are being stupid right now, I might just like add that to the list of like hope it fixes itself. Or at least like maybe like I don't necessarily expect these things to fix themselves, but on a special recognition sometimes why not top session top singular. Uh, yeah, I don't know what that's about. But we can get to the bottom of that someday, perhaps, maybe. Thank you again for your generosity, Creative. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry for the bugs. I'll give you extra sparkles sometime. I'll I'll give you I'll reimburse you on the sparkles that are that are not happening right now. um so oh yeah, I was about to do this stuff, I think. Yeah, I was gonna see if this is actually like working. Yeah, it seems like it's actually probably not working. Just like clicking through it, it's like it shifts in weird ways that like I don't. Well, actually, I should have been putting these on a separate layer. Actually, now that I think about it, because like maybe I can like fudge like fiddle them around a little bit to get them to the right position or something, or like at least I mean I'll probably at least need to fiddle them around a little bit just to get them to the position that's closest, so that when I make adjustments to them, the adjustments are manageable. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna put these on separate layer. Whoops, not two separate layers, just one separate layer. And once again, undo, new layer. Oh yeah, I should also be expanding these images by one additional pixel at the top, as was needed over here. So again, undo, new layer, paste. Hey, little guy. Choop was the little doggy. It was just digging on my bed, and I looked at him and he was like, "What's up?" Mhm. All right, so yeah, I think this is like in fact. Well, all right. So actually, all right, to really get it, I'm gonna have to what is it? Canvas size, yeah. Increase this to 76 for all of these. And then get rid of this little piece that shows up. Just her image, canvas size, 76. Get rid of this piece here, and one more. Adjust, or no, it's not adjustments. I mean, it is an adjustment. It's just not under the adjustments menu. 76. Okay. And then get rid of that, and then say, or no, I don't want to save it yet. So yeah, so I doubt this is gonna be working, but like so like right now it would look like, yeah, no, that is a mess. Uh, that is definitely not working. What if this was shifted over a pixel? Would that help? If this was come on, shift, shift, I say, shift, shift, you stupid. If it was shifted over a pixel, probably not. That's probably not gonna help either. Actually, that's not so bad. Uh, Although this one should be shifted over a pixel too. To do. Nope, wrong there. Alright, how would that look? Any better? Do. No, not really. What if I just like kind of cheated it and made it like, I don't know why I keep selecting that tool. What if I put it like that? It doesn't, I don't know. I almost feel like that almost does work. I mean, it technically shouldn't work. It doesn't really make sense with the rest of the animation I established, but like, I feel like that almost does work. Um, so one thing I'm noticing though is that the trim on like the edge of this, like I didn't get the when I changed the brightness and contrast, I apparently didn't get it quite as bright as it used to be. Which I don't know if I care about that. I might just leave that be. So I might just eraser tool and like get this edge a little smoother, and I might just go with this. I like redrawing like the fine like shading detail on the ornament would be like really challenging, in fact. So I think it actually might be the cleanest outcome to just go with this, because I don't think this is bad actually. So let's smush these together and save them and see how it looks in game. Smoosh and save. Smoosh and save. Smoosh and save. Alright. I think the puppy is now burrowed under blankets. He's a burrower. Like blankets are fine and everything, but underneath blankets, that is the place to be. It's actually really dangerous because like you can't sit anywhere that there's a blanket unless you check for puppies first. There have been a few times that I've sat like right next to him and like nearly almost sat on top of him without realizing it. Um, oh yeah, okay. So to test this, I was just going to go down to good old fashioned. Why is it? I don't want to click over there. I want over here. Good old fashioned true or true spelled correctly. Right, and set this as also true or. Also, yeah. Earlier when I was testing the other one, I put parentheses around here, which I guess doesn't hurt to have those parentheses there, but there's no reason to have them there. So, all right, let's see how this looks. Wait, hold on. I don't want to restart the script that's running. I want to, yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's actually pretty okay. I'm gonna go with that, I think, for now. I could always change it if I need to. But I think that's actually pretty good. So, cool. So maybe now is a good time to look into. Well, yeah. So I mean, so those were the Karma updates. Those were the changes that I wanted to make to Karma, and so now I could start looking into. Yeah. So I said the next. Excuse me. I said the next thing I'd work on would either be would probably be memory management or memory profiling. Oh, prescripted adlib. Excuse me, prescripted adlib funds. I could do those too, but yeah, I was thinking it might be better not to like put off like looking into these. Excuse me, I think I have the hiccups now. Great. It might be better not to put off these issues here. What could be causing these? Nothing that I know of. Like, there are no open issues that would like have this sort of effect. that I know of. So, it's just striking me, like, it's not a big deal, but like the bronze is a very similar color to the gold. I think I want to separate those colors a little bit further. So just real quick, I'm going to open up the, where is that? It's under art, energy. It's under 4 and 5. Yeah, these are the bronze ones. Edit. Uh, and so 4 and 5. Edit. I think I just want to separate these colors from the gold color a little bit more. Because right now it just looks like a slightly dingy gold. And just for comparison, let's see what the gold looks like. I mean, it is different, and it's definitely a different size, but I think we can just separate this further. So is it a hue sort of saturation thing, or is it more of like a... yeah, maybe if I made it a little more orangey. And then maybe less light. No, I feel like I shouldn't change that. Like I might want to shift that, but I should do that with the with the brightness and contrast too, not just by the lightness alone. Um, so is that better? Does that it does? I think it does differentiate it a little bit more. So, oops, not brightness contrast. Hue and saturation. All right, and then adjust brightness and contrast. And so yeah. So no, actually, I want to lower the brightness, but increase the contrast. Yeah, I think that looks a little more bronzy than before. And I think it separates them a little bit better too. It like just differentiates that one's a lot brighter now, and this one's a lot dimmer. So yeah. Actually, I'm gonna give another shot at the brightness contrast that I just changed because I might not have gotten that quite right. I think I might want to go a little less bright. Yeah, I think that's even better. Okay, and then so brightness and contrast here. Okay, so I'm not going to restart the script right now, but next time we restart the script, those will be updated as well. Cool. And then and then what? And then so we can close all this stuff, and we can. I don't know I've never seen the karma system like show the wrong graphics before. So it seems awfully coincidental that I was just working on those karma graphics and now they go awry. But like, I mean, it's also feasible that just has nothing to do with it, and it is just a weird coincidence. The only thing I could have done, the only thing I can think of that I might have done that would have broken that is if I had, oh, no. I was gonna say, the only thing I could think of that might have caused that would have caused that is if I accidentally saved over that art with like the wrong art pieces, but, no, I mean, it seemed like this is in fact correct. Like these do look like the correct files here, and but then these are the ones that are showing up. So it's like showing session plural instead of session singular. And I did make a very subtle code change, where I made it so. Oh, is this it? No. No. Right. It's supposed to be showing Karma list index 4. Oh, did I remember to comment out that thing? Yeah, no, I did. I remembered to restore the what was it, like the K twinkle or whatever? Like I put that back to how it was supposed to be. Yeah, I commented that all out. I don't know. I blame not myself. I blame something else. It's not my fault. Um, which, unfortunately, that's sometimes true. Like, it's a bad habit to get in, to just, like, blame other things, but, like, on on distressingly many occasions on this project, I've blamed other things, and other things have been at fault. Like, it has not been, actually the. I mean, there are times that I blame other things, and then it does turn out to be my fault. But it'd be nice if there was at least a little consistency, right? So I could know in advance whether I should be worried about who, what's to blame for what going wrong. But whatever. All right, let's. So is there? Yeah, I mean, where else is there to look here? In terms of like clue hunting for clues. Um, it registered like the new karma for creative. We saw that, and then it just like never seemed to update. No, it did update though. That's the weird part. It updated to the wrong image. It updated to the wrong graphic. I wonder if like our data. I wonder if the source data is wrong. Like I wonder if the program that we're using to get this data. I wonder if because if they change their data format, then like we could be reading it in wrong. Session top donators. Session top donators. No, it has it in the correct order. Uh. um. So, I mean, the check here is that, what was it? It was at the Karmalist, it was right around here. It was like right up, in this area. So for the Karmalist stuff, the, uh, the check here is if the length of G session top is greater than 0, and next adventure equals G session top index 0. I feel like that's the scenario here. Oh. Oh. No. I mean, there is a foible here. Like, there is like a slight flaw in this logic, but it shouldn't affect this, at least not in the way that we're seeing it now. This Yeah, no, next adventure is not a safe term to use here because we actually have to go by we can't just go by the adventure's name. We have to go by the adventure's we have to go by the adventure's sorry, we have to go by the adventure's Twitch name. Because not like hypothetically a player could have a linked account and their linked account could be like their Twitter handle could be their primary. So like for example, I'm in that situation, so for me like this would never evaluate to true. Yeah. All right. So that's like one thing. Am I keeping track of Twitch name? Uh, I guess name is kind of Twitch name. No, that's not really the same thing though. Am I keeping track of Twitch name? Uh, like on the player itself? Because if not, I might want to start doing so. Adventurer. We have name real. We have name real. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep track of the Twitch name on the player, because I look it up from time to time, and like I have linked name, but sometimes like I don't want to juggle like, oh, is it linked, is it not linked, blah blah blah. I just want to know like straight up just what's the Twitch name. So Twitch name equals blank, and then so yeah, when we add the player, where's it that we want to we want to set this up when we add the player to the game, or when we link, or when we add the player to the game, or when we link. No, actually, we only have to do it when we add the player to the game, because when we link players, we remove and re-add them to the game. So, yeah, we can just we can just set Twitch name when we load the player. and it'll stay consistent. Uh, or when we add the player, rather. So add player. This is one of the places. Yeah, this is the place where we get Twitch name. One of them, anyways. Uh, uh, Twitch name. Is this the only place that we use the Twitch name? Yeah, so because then the other thing that we'll need to do. Yeah, so some players won't have Twitch names. Some players' Twitch names will be blank. So actually, maybe we should default Twitch name to something else. Now that I think about it, because I don't know, because no reason. Uh, so we'll just default it to like at none or something, just something that'll be necessarily invalid. Um, or like I'll say at na or something, and then yeah. So right, so back down when we're adding the player. So yeah, we look up their Twitch name in this one scenario, but then this is okay. This is if the player's data exists, and yeah, okay. So if the player's data exists, if the player's data doesn't exist, then the check is much simpler. What do we do in that case? In the else case, all we do is like print super welcome. Great. Okay. So so we'll say right. Okay. So if we do the Twitch name thing, and then so I'll just replace this with like player dictionary index name dot Twitch name. And we don't have to actually. This is the one case we don't have to do it because we don't have to reset it to blank. So here, here, here. Okay. Cool. Oh wait, there are more references to Twitch name. Also here, and here. Okay. And those are all of them. Right. So that's the case where. So this is the case where. The player had data, and we check if there was linked data or whatever, and blah blah blah. And then in the case that the player didn't have data, we have to. It'll be a much more cursory check. It'll just be the whole like if name 0. It'll just be this check. It'll be like okay. It'll be basically like this. So right. So for now, all we're doing is printing super welcome. But now we'll also say if name index 0 not equal not equal the at symbol, then we'll say Twitch name equals name. Otherwise, we'll just otherwise it's a Twitter player who does not have any data. So do I know how to make apps for Android? Yeah, I've made apps for Android before. I like your name, by the way. I like it because it's true. I'm not your mom. Yeah, I used Unity for a lot of the game projects that I worked on before this one. And the nice thing about Unity is that it makes it really easy to export to Android. I mean, there were like a few UI issues that I experienced like back in the old UI system, but for the most part, it was mostly, you know, it was very reasonable. And yeah, on the whole, it made it like a snap. So yeah, if you're making games, like Unity is a great way to make Android stuff. But there are other solutions too, right? Whoa, we just like half teleported, didn't we? I swear we were not in the snow just a minute ago. We just like teleported halfway through the transition. I feel like I've seen this happen before. Um, so I'm gonna make a note of this. Like transition demi teleport. Uh, and then what is it? It's so it's yeah. What's the time? The time is 1:45. Uh, I'm gonna put it as 1:44. Just yeah. 1:44, and today is 5:13 part 2. Hey, that's a new follower sounds. You're not my mom. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. um, so what were we doing? We were getting freaked out by that weird teleportation thing that just happened. But what else were we doing? We were, we were setting up the Twitch name. Yeah, okay, right. And that's because, yeah, when had been looking at the Karma list, it occurred to me, like, I don't know why it's not working for creative right now, but, actually, would this explain creative? No, no, well, let me double check. Projects, journey, players, creative, link. No, it wouldn't make sense for creative, because like creative's Twitch account is their primary. So, I don't know. All right, let's fix this anyways, because this was like a small oversight. Like it's an oversight that would affect like basically no players, but like. It would technically affect some players, technically. All right, so what basically what we want to do here is for the purposes of karma, we have to use player dictionary index, because the whole karma system works on Twitch names. It doesn't work on Twitter handles or whatever. So player dictionary index next adventure dot Twitch name. Right. So that's what we want to use instead of just referencing the next adventure. Because the next, like the value next adventure, like it could be their Twitch name, but it could be their Twitter handle either, or it could be their Twitter handle instead. So, all these times that we're checking if the next adventure is like part of like the karma system, then we have to check based on their Twitch name. So it's not for all of these checks, it's just for whether we're checking if they're index 0 or whether we're checking if they're in the thing at all. For all of those checks we do need to use the Twitch name. Alright, that's not so hard. And then in the case that it's a Twitter player, like it'll just be that like invalid thing, and that invalid thing will never be in the Huh. Actually, now that I think about it, it's possible that that would be a valid value? Huh. So, maybe I should make it something else. Um, Instead, like maybe I should initialize it to something else, like something that I don't know, it seems unlikely that that would ever happen, but technically it could happen. I don't know if I'm necessarily worried about that. It would be a little weird if it did ever happen, though. So maybe I should, yeah, maybe I should use a different value for that. So Twitch name equals... Oh, actually, are there other places that I'm referencing Twitch names that I could now use this Twitch name value instead? I feel like if there are other places that I'm referencing Twitch name, then like maybe. What is this command? The name command? Name equals real name, com lines index 1. Twitch name equals name. Wait, what? If name not equals comma index 1. Oh, yeah, yeah. Uh, hmm. Hmm. That this is fine actually because this is not dealing with a player that's in the system necessarily. This could be dealing with a player that's not in the game. So for this purposes, the Twitch name data might not be loaded, and so we won't worry about it here. Are there other places though? Oh yeah, so here's the one that I wanted to change. So like, I wonder, sorry, I'm just gonna check something real quick. Are there like, uh, are there, invalid characters? Because if there's a character that's invalid for the text field that we're considering, then that would be convenient. So, slippery. So like, yeah, what if like I use like weird characters and stuff? Is that? It doesn't seem to have a problem with that. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just shouldn't really care about that. Hey, look, it's that guy. Sorry. Um, maybe I'll just make it like maybe I'll just make it like random dot random. So it's just like a random number. uh, that might be dumb. I might not want to do that, but it also might be entertaining. So, uh, like it sidesteps most of what I was trying to avoid. So, hey, how about that? All right. So, are there other references to Twitch name that I might be able to make simpler? Nope. Those were the those were those ones. Those were the ones that we just set up, and then oh, this is yeah, this is for when we're unlinking players, unlinking accounts. Twitch name equals name. Yeah, I don't think we can. I'm not going to change this. This works fine, and I don't feel like changing it. So there's that. Twitch name. What is this? My Twitch name is. Oh, this is, yeah. This is something different. Okay. So cool. Let's yeah, so I don't know what the karma thing is that's affecting creative. I just don't know what it is. I don't know what the problem is. Could be anything. I mean, not literally anything, but like, I just have no clue what it is. um, all right, so we could, yeah. So let's work on. Let's like find something that we can work on because I. Well, okay, wait, no. Was there something else that I feel like earlier there was like something that popped into my mind, like, oh, I wonder if it's that, and then I didn't look into it immediately. Um, what was that thing? It was. It had to do with. No, I have no clue. It had to do with like the loading of the. Or actually, wait. Well, let's look at this line. I guess. Um, add karma. Uh, do I want to reload it? Yes. Huh. Weird. It said that file reloaded, but it looked the same as before. All right. So, what is all this data that we see here? I should go to this print and see what it is that I'm printing out here. I'm pretty sure this is all-time top donators. That has to be what this is. And then 5 just seems to be like the number of the karma again. And then I feel like this would be, oh, this would be monthly or 30 day. Uh, and then I don't know what this one here is. I don't know what Sogom. I don't know why Sogom's name popped up here. Oh, maybe that's like all-time top 10. No, wait, no. Yeah, no, I don't know why. Let's look at this print. So when we're printing add karma, karma spelled correctly. What is it that we're printing? What the heck? How are we print? What? Where's this print happening? It happens nowhere? That doesn't make sense. Excuse me. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, no. It's the print isn't okay, the print is happening because oh, right. Okay, so what it's printing is ng message. Right. So what it's printing is this. Yes. So all-time karma, 30-day karma. Wait. All it should be printing is karma history. So name, karma history, all-time karma, 30-day karma, and session karma of that player. So yeah, so I was right. So karma history. So like name, karma history, all-time karma, 30-day karma. Wait, why is this? So if this is 30-day, why is there this like 5 here? And why is there this 1 here? And why is there this Sogom here? I don't understand what's happening. Oh, maybe this is. You know what happens sometimes is oh, wait, no. Wait, there's another. Maybe there's another reference to add karma. Yeah. Okay, so maybe it was this one instead. Okay. So then it also has session top and session donators. But it sent session top through as okay. So here we go. It sent session top through as Sogom, which is weird. And session donators. So that shouldn't matter though. So it sent session top through as Sogom, which is weird, but that shouldn't matter because session donators is what we actually reference in order to make that determination. And session donators, as we saw here, did correctly list creative as the first place. I still don't get why there's this 5 and there's this 1 here though. That creeps me out. Those are the top mins. Wait, so add karma lists. Why are these in such different order? Like I feel like there should be consistency between these 2 points at which we send the add karma message. Like, is that weird? That like we have like super different formats? Yeah, that's got to be weird. I must have like changed one of these and not changed like the formatting correctly for one of them. So then, yeah, that would explain it if it's not updating the list correctly. Because I can't imagine like how add karma gets handled, that it can handle both of these like radically discrepant data groups. So for li and ng message 1. What are these 2 separate cases that we're doing the add karma thing? Like, why are there 2 different places that we init karma? Okay, so we do it in the first place, and then we do it for particular players. Add karma list. Add karma list. So it must have been this one. It couldn't have been the. But then which one's? Which of these is the correct format, and which of these is not as much the correct format? I think this one has to be the bad format. I think this one can't be the correct format. Because for one thing, this is the one that messed up. This is the one that didn't seem to work correctly. And, I don't know. Actually, now that I look at them, it seems like neither of them are in the correct format. Because, like, the first thing it said with the add karma thing down here was for li in, hey, puppy, puppy,